Have you ever studied an English grammar rule, understood it perfectly, finished all the exercises, but then when someone asked you a simple question, you couldn't use it? Maybe you know the rule for the present perfect. You understand when to use have and the past participle. You get the correct answers in grammar books, but when you try to speak, your mind suddenly goes blank. If that sounds familiar, you're not doing anything wrong, because knowing a grammar rule and using a grammar rule are two completely different skills. My name is Emma, and this is Train Your English Brain. Today, I want to tell you about a student named Lucas. Lucas loved grammar. He bought grammar books, he watched grammar lessons online, he could explain English tenses better than many of his classmates. One day, I asked him a very simple question. "What did you do this weekend?" Lucas looked at me. He smiled. Then he stayed silent. After a few seconds, he finally answered, "I went to my friend's house." The sentence was correct, but it came out very slowly. Later, he laughed and said, "Emma, I knew exactly which tense I should use, so why couldn't I speak?" That question is one of the biggest mysteries for English learners, and the answer is surprisingly simple. Think about learning to drive a car. Before you ever sit behind the wheel, you can read a book about driving. You can memorize every traffic sign. You can learn every safety rule. Does that mean you can drive confidently through a busy city? Of course not, because driving isn't only knowledge, it's a skill. Grammar works exactly the same way. Learning the rules gives your brain information. Speaking gives your brain experience. Those are different kinds of learning. Lucas understood this idea, but he still wondered, then why do schools spend so much time teaching grammar? The answer is, grammar is important, but grammar knowledge is only the beginning. Imagine someone teaches you every rule of basketball. You learn how to dribble, how to pass, how to shoot. You memorize everything, but you've never touched a basketball. Would you play well in your first game? Probably not, because your body hasn't practiced the movements yet. Language also has movements, not physical movements, mental movements. When you speak, your brain doesn't have time to search through grammar rules one by one. Conversations move too quickly. Instead, your brain needs patterns that appear automatically. Lucas had another habit. Whenever he wanted to speak, he built every sentence from grammar rules. First the subject, then the tense, then the verb, then the object. By the time he finished thinking, the conversation had already moved on. I told him, stop building sentences, start remembering them. He looked confused, so I gave him an example. Instead of memorizing this rule, I use have been for experiences. Learn complete sentences like these. I've been there before. I've never tried that. I've already finished. At first, Lucas felt this too easy. Where was the grammar? The grammar was still there, but now it lived inside real English. That's how children learn their first language. Nobody sits a 3-year-old child down and explains verb tenses. Children hear thousands of real sentences. Slowly, their brains discover the patterns. Adults can learn faster because we understand explanations, but we still need thousands of examples. One afternoon, Lucas came to class with exciting news. He had started watching one English sitcom every evening, not to study grammar, just to notice how people actually spoke. He wrote down whole sentences, not grammar rules. A few weeks later, I asked him the same question. "What did you do this weekend?" This time, he answered immediately. "I went hiking with my cousin. It was really fun." No long pause, no searching, no translating. After class, he smiled. I didn't think about grammar. Exactly. That was the goal. Good grammar isn't something you think about, it's something your brain remembers. Think about riding a bicycle. The first day, you think about everything: your hands, your feet, your balance, your direction. After enough practice, you simply ride. Speaking English is very similar. At first, your brain works very hard. Later, many grammar patterns become automatic. That doesn't happen because you read the same grammar rule 20 times. It happens because you've heard and used the pattern hundreds of times. Another mistake many learners make is being afraid of grammar mistakes. Lucas used to stop speaking every time he wasn't 100% sure. He wanted every sentence to be perfect, but conversations don't wait for perfection. I told him, speak first, improve later. That doesn't mean grammar isn't important. It means communication comes first. You can improve accuracy over time, but you can't improve speaking if you never speak. Months later, Lucas told me something interesting. He said, I still study grammar, but now I spend twice as much time using it. That one sentence made me very happy because he finally understood the difference. Grammar knowledge fills your mind. Grammar practice changes your habits. Both matter, but only one helps you speak naturally. So here is your challenge for today. The next time you learn a new grammar rule, don't stop after reading the explanation. Write 3 real sentences, say them out loud, use them tomorrow, then use them again next week. Don't ask yourself, do I know this rule? Instead, ask, can I use this rule without stopping to think? That question tells you much more about your real English. Remember, grammar books teach your brain what is possible. Real conversations teach your brain what feels natural. And when those two finally come together, grammar stops feeling like a test. It starts becoming part of the way you think. My name is Emma. I will see you in the next episode.